I have bad news for the game. Albion Online has went into Shill mode. Let me explain what this means for the game, how I came about discovering this, what it means. It's not good. Let me show you what is happening under the hood and behind the scenes. But first, let me explain what shilling even means for a game. So, right now, Stillfront, which is the company that owns Sandbox Interactive, which is the company that made this game, is in panic mode. They are either bleeding too much money, they're not making enough profits, and so they are spending what money they have left on mass advertising. And you may think, oh, that's good. You know, when people are advertising the game, more people will come into it. They will get new players into the game. And let me just tell you right now, do you know how many games got mass advertised in the history of video games that never went anywhere? Almost all of them, okay? Yeah, there's a few games like Among Us and a few others that if streamers and if there was no advertising for the game, would have never went anywhere. But this is a game that's been out for a long time. People are aware of its existence. It's not like there's a group of people that just don't know this game exists as a game that you can go and play. And so for a mass shilling to happen, it's usually a sign that the company is about to go under. It's a sign that the game is on its death throes. It's a sign that the company is going to throw away all of its money in a last-ditch effort because they were convinced by some board of directors that they need to do this or their game will eventually die. So instead of waiting 5 years or 10 years for the game to die, they're just going to throw all their money into this all at once, and if they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. And let me tell you, every game that has ever done this, they don't make it. So let me show you the data now, because the data is very interesting stuff. So first up, let me talk to you as a YouTuber real quick. As a YouTuber, it is part of my job to try to find a trend or see how a game is performing, and so on and so forth. This is my comments page. This guy donated $1.99 just to see if I was the real Swole Benji. I have a tool here called Keyword Inspector. This is by vidIQ, and I can type in keywords to see how much they're getting searched, okay? So I'm going to type in the word Albion Online, and this is going to tell me right now, Albion Online has been searched 1.689 million times. And this competition means how many YouTubers are currently making content for the game. It's not 49. Okay, that's a score, which means I have medium competition, as in there's quite a bit of YouTubers making videos for this game. Now, let me just tell you something. Factually here, real facts. Albion Online does not normally have this amount of search volume. You would think, oh, this is good. These are artificially inflated numbers. These are not real. Normally, Albion Online has a number of around 250,000. That's about how much Albion Online gets searched. And just to prove to you, I'm going to show you proof now, all right? And you can believe me if you want to, but let's type in World of Warcraft. We all know that World of Warcraft is played by millions of people. It is constantly searched how to do quests, how to level up, blah, 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 builds and so on, talent trees, and yada, yada, yada. World of Warcraft, only 1.5 million searches? Well, that's weird. Okay, what about, like, RuneScape, okay? RuneScape, 742,000. We all know RuneScape is a more popular, it's a bigger game, and so on and so forth, all right? And, these numbers do not add up. Albion Online has, in the history, even at the peak, back in 2020, 21, 2022, it has never reached numbers like this. And I was like, okay, well, that's sus. That's super sus. And let me show you more data to back up that these are inflated. And I know you may not think that you care about these numbers. Like, who cares if the search count's inflated? Look, this game is about to get astroturfed all to heck on every platform ever. You're going to possibly see maybe even Asmongold, but you're definitely going to see people like all of the usual suspects on Twitch that play a new game and then drop it immediately. You're going to start seeing them touching the game. It's going to cause a big ruckus. And you may think, again, oh, well, the more people that see it, the better. No, it is not. It is not a good sign. Next up, we have Google Trends. Google Trends is one of the better things to check for accuracy. Let's type in Albion Online as a search term. Okay, there we go. And in the past 30 days, you can kind of just, see this little graph with some numbers. It doesn't really mean a whole bunch. You can scroll down and see what people are searching. Crossbows, Frost Staff, Avalonian Roads, Trailer, Assassin Build, Corrupted Dungeon Build, yada yada. Okay, a lot of it's not that important, okay? But what we can do is we can go back the past 5 years, all right? And we can see here, like, here's back in 2020, and I'm going to tell you right now, back in 2020, there were way more YouTube search terms. There were way more people playing the game. The game was very popular at the time, right? And a lot more people were, like, YouTube videos got a lot more views way back in this day. Okay, we got a spike here in 2021 around May. I don't know what happened there, but we have this spike, and this was the Asia launch. And then we have this spike, which was the Europe launch. And this is like around, April, May 2024. And you can see currently, I'm filming this late May 22nd, if you want to date it. But we're around here, around the score of 48 to 52. So if anything, the game is consistent. It swims around this 50 range, right? And just to compare, if you ever want to know how popular a game is, let's just type World of Warcraft. And what this is going to do is you're going to see a flat line. You're going to, well, not exactly, but Albion Online down here compared to World of Warcraft is 9 versus World of Warcraft's 37. So for Albion Online to have more searches than World of Warcraft is not true. It's just simply not true. And if we take another game like Roblox, because Roblox is popular, Albion Online completely flatlines. Okay, Albion Online is a 1 versus a 76 on Roblox. Okay, so you could clearly see the difference. And this one is a little less reliable, but this is the Steam charts of Albion Online. We can go all the way back to 2018. And you can see here 2019, we have the big bump, February, March, April 2023. This was Asia launch, and then we have the EU launch. But, the game's setting around, 14K, 12, 13K, 13K, so on and so forth, right? And, yeah, down here is a little bit less before the Asia and the Europe launch. But you can see, like, in the past month, exact same activity. In the last 3 months, exact same activity. 6 months, pretty much the exact same activity. Nothing's changed. All right. For the search counts to go from 250K to 1.6 million, this would have spiked up. Now, let me show you why this is spiked up and how this is spiking. So this is Twitter, and I just searched Albion Online, the latest Albion Online search, okay? We have a YouTuber shilling his video, that's fine. Now we have this MMOS.com, all right? If we click on this profile, we can clearly see that this is just like a little media company. You can click on their website. I'm not going to do that, though. And we have Oni Gamers. Okay, we go to Oni Gamers. Again, this is a media and news company. They have a website where they, cover all the game news and stuff, yada, yada, yada. Scrolling down. And again, Albion never got this treatment before, really. We have the RPG Gamers. Okay, again, this is a media and news company with a website where they just share gaming news. Like, there's Once Human. I play that game. And we have okay, this is just an Asian YouTuber, I believe. I can't, that's just someone randomly, like, this person has, like, 2 videos on their channel. Again, a Twitch streamer. We have Bleeding Cool. What is Bleeding Cool? Bleeding Cool is comic books, TV, film, games. It is a company for news and info. There you go. Same thing. And let's see. This guy's just talking about the game, let's see. This is a Twitch streamer announcing this is, Games Teneka Taro. Is this a person? Is this a company? Let's translate the bio. No, they just play Albion. Okay, they're just a fan of the game, right? That's totally normal and organic speak of the game, right? Let's see. Massively OP. Again, another company, another news and media company. This is a MMO, it looks like. They just talk about MMOs and news and stuff. Right? Not really an individual. PC Indie Ilm Race. There we go. We have, let's see. Again, another company. Another company here. Scrolling down some more, we have, this is patoba.com. This is social media. Okay, this is just an influencer guy. So, not quite a company. Maybe it is. I don't know. Here we go. Gamers and Games. Another company. And you're going to note, I just want you to notice, all of them are the same. They all say something similar in their native language. They link to the article that, Albion Online's doing a thing. This is a YouTuber. Here's Albion Online's actual, when they announce the update. That's totally normal because, again, it's their game. Technology News, Game Press, little icon in the corner there. Again, this is, I recognize the word news. I think this is German. There you go. Another company. Gaming Cypher, another gaming company. Entertainment and recreation company. #1 source for games news. Yes, that's a Pepe. Let's see. Afroverse Magazine. This is another company, which I don't know what's going on there, but we have Alternative Nerd. I think that just might be a person. Brighton and Hove Albion. That's probably a person. This one might be a person. Sandbox Strategies. This is definitely a Shill website. One of the most trusted, knowledgeable PR and influencer relation agencies. So this is a PR agency. These are the people that email YouTubers out to get them to play games for money. They have their website there, and again, they're just shilling all these different games like Bus Flipper and Dog Witch and Creature Keeper. Bro, I think Albion is above a lot of these games. I'm gonna be real with you, but it is what it is. I just want to share with you, these companies exist. And here, Zona MMORPG, another company. Again, this is just Twitter. This is not YouTube. This is not Instagram. This is not Facebook. This is not Kick, Twitch, all of these other sites. You're going to see massive amounts. And let me show you just an example. As a YouTuber, like, I get bombarded every single day with offers and deals. Let me show you some of them. All right, I know it's a little hard to see if you're on a phone, but this is an email. Let's zoom it in for you. This is an email where a game company wants me to play Fragpunk, which is a free-to-play shooty game on Steam. The game sucks. I'm not going to play it. And you can see here that they are offering me $1,000, flat rate, $1,000 if I make, I don't know, videos for their game, right? And so, again, I get hundreds of these emails a day, okay? And here's another one. Again, I didn't really, like, this is just the email itself. I'm not going to zoom this one in, but this one wants me to play Delta Force, which is a crappy game, in my opinion. And let's see, in the email, did they offer how much they would pay? They want a dedicated video. They want some shorts. They want a live stream, and I have to deliver by June 2025. Let's talk about how, if you're interested, let's talk about what your rates are. And, I told them the price is $10,000 because your game sucks. Okay, I sent that, and then they're like, thank you for the interest in our game. I forward it to the client, and it will hear feedback soon. Now, so, if you suddenly see, I'm going to tell you now, if you suddenly see Delta Force videos on my channel, it's because these fuckers paid me $10,000, which they're not going to, but, and again, same exact day, this is, what is this? This was someone wanting me to shill a game called Shop Titans. Okay, if we go look up that game, it's a dead game. So we can see here on Steam, free-to-play game, Shop Titans came out in May 5th, 2020. What? Why? Alright, you can see Shop Titans. It actually has some people playing the game, alright? There's some people here. And you can see here, Shop Titans has a search volume of 26,000, so it's like super dead. And you may be thinking, why am I sharing this with you? Who cares about these other games? So, here's the thing. That means right now that tons and tons of YouTubers and Twitch streamers and Kick streamers and yada, 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 they are all being emailed the exact same type of emails for Albion Online. That's right. And this has happened in the past, but not on as a massive scale as this. And just to show you an example of this happening, so here's a channel called Coupons. This is like a dude weed pot smoker channel. You can see when I searched the term Albion on his channel, he got 18K views talking about some sort of drugs. And you can see here, sign up for Albion Online with the Coupons link, whatever, right? And, yeah, so this guy got dog-walked by the Albion secret employees. And while I won't show you the video, I'm going to show you a screen cap of, again, this is called Nazori Seed Low Quality. This is hosted not on YouTube, but you can see here, there's Coupons. There is Coupon. Let me zoom in for you so you can see his character name. There's Coupon. Well, that's too much, and that's not what I wanted. Let's zoom out here. Okay, so there's Coupons. You can clearly see his name is Coupons, and you can see Nazori is playing at the top. So yeah, this guy got dog walked by the Albion staff to shill the game, essentially. And so you're going to see a lot more of this happening. You're going to see Nazori and Lupak and Shozen and Equart and all the other actual employees of the game that have this silly little content creator badge here that means that they're owned by a private equity, firm. You're going to see all of the usual suspects. You're going to see all of them suddenly playing games with random people. And you may be wondering, how does this relate to anything? Why does this matter? Why does this care? So, Albion Online is entirely reliant on its parent ownership company, Stillfront, surviving this. So what does that look like? Well, it's pretty simple. Let me find it. Stillfront stock price. So this Stillfront Group AB. These are the people that own Albion Online. I typed in Stillfront stock price into Google here, and you can see here that let's go back as far as we can, all the way back in 2020. You know, during the worldwide sickness thingy that all these companies benefited from, they spiked up $14.48, and it's been pretty rocky. And then something happened. They bought Albion around here, I think. Somewhere in 2021, they bought Albion. So, right then, they crapped the bed, and the stock price has been falling ever since. Albion didn't do this. It's just bad decisions. You can Google Stillfront, conference calls and market things, and these guys have no idea how games work. They're just normies with lots of money. And anyway, let me show you what's important here. So, we have the 5-year cap, and we're here down at the bottom. Let's go to the 1 year. And you'll notice I made a video last time around April talking about this price, 43 cents. 42 to 43 cents was where it bottomed out the most. And it's rising back up, right? Oh, we're up to 72 cents. If you bought in here, you would have almost doubled your money, kind of, sort of. I don't really know how stocks work. I'm not an investor. But, yeah. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is you're going to notice, it's a little hard to see here. If I could, make it 2 or 3 years. But you'll see here. Looking at the graph, it's down, it jumps up, it goes back down, and then it coasts a while. It jumps up, it goes down even more, and then it coasts a while. It jumps up, it goes way down and coasts a while. It jumps up, it goes down, it jumps up, it goes down for a while, and right now this is where we're at. It's jumping up, right, just like it did, back in May of 24 and July of 23 and October of 22. And on August of 22, all these times it jumped up, it went back down. It is not consistently for months at a time increased. It's just one spike and then it dumps. All right, so this is again one spike and then it dumps. So this is my prediction, okay, that it's going to go lower than the 42 and 43 cents. And you can check this video months later if you want and see if my prediction came true. But looking at the trends on this graph, that is what's been consistently happening. And so why is it jumping up right now? The reason it is jumping up is all the shilling. They are dumping so much money into advertising for not only this game, but the other games that they own. Probably, I don't know, I didn't bother looking because the other games that they own are garbage games anyway, little garbage phone games. But essentially, that's what's happening. They are putting all their chips on their table, and they're hoping that this pays off. So you're gonna start seeing higher profile Twitch streamers maybe touch the game for like a couple hours. I doubt that they will get Asmongold on board or anything like that. But this is, in my opinion, it's a waste of funds. It's a complete waste of funds. They just yesterday they announced new game mode, the Orange Zone, right? 2v2 and 3v3 game modes. The majority of players don't play with anybody. The majority of players play solo by themselves. So unless they add a random queue where you get a teammate or a threes partner to do these abyssal dungeons, it's going to be another dead content update that no one plays. And then what everyone's going to, they're going to come back to the game when the big patch hits at the end of June, they said. Everyone's going to play for 2 weeks, and then the game will flatline once again. And so that's my prediction is late July, late August, you're going to see that stock price crash back down further than it was. And, buy on the dip, I guess. I don't know. I don't know stocks. I don't know how investing works and stuff like that. So I know how the in-game market, the Albion market, I know how that works. But essentially, it is not healthy for the game to just have these ups and downs. It is like someone rushing, like someone chasing an adrenaline rush. It's like someone chasing a drug high. It is just unhealthy for not only the player base, but the companies that own the game too. Now, not everyone that touches the game is a shill, of course. There are people that organically find the game and they play it for a little while. Let me show you an example of that. So this guy's name is Arrow Lee or Arrow 2. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. But he plays a bow in every game, apparently. He's got some decent numbers for his channel size. And you'll notice down here, like, he played Albion for a while. He started here, first time playing Albion. He did a bunch of other videos. And then he just went back to playing games that make him money, like V-Rising and World of Warcraft. He didn't stay very long, unfortunately. But this guy, like, you can tell in videos if they are sponsored because they have to disclose, that they are part of a sponsorship deal or whatever. And you'll see it kind of in the top left corner when a video starts. This guy didn't have any of that in his videos. So as far as I know, he wasn't paid. He was just a gamer interested in the game. So that's good. That's good organic growth for the game, right? Even I, was that guy at one point. I came from World of Warcraft. I was like, man, World of Warcraft sucks now. I'm bored. I've had my fill. It's time to find a new game to go grind out and play for a while. And then I brought my World of Warcraft audience to this game. And you'll notice that every time I go play some other MMO, like I went off and played New World for a while, and then when that game crapped the bed, I brought everyone here. And you can see those spikes in the player counts. I am the #1 most referred player in the game for a reason, okay? And it's not like I'm not a paid shill. SBI does not pay me. If they want to pay me, the first thing they need to do is unmute me so I can talk to my damn fans, because constantly people message me and send me mail, and I can't reply to them. Like, if you send me an in-game mail, I cannot reply to these. I cannot reply to them, okay? So you have to talk to me through YouTube or something. But the point that I'm getting at is that when a company goes this hard with shilling and advertising and dumping massive amounts of money into these stupid, worthless companies, like, if you go back to when I was looking at Twitter, you can see how many views these news posts are getting. They were getting like 200, 400. Well, that Arrow Lee guy or that Arrow 2 guy, whatever his name is, his videos were getting, 2,000 views each from his audience. And I actually checked up on some of his streams, and his audience was there playing with him and trying the game out, and some of them probably stuck. Some of them are probably still playing to this game. He might still be playing the game to this day. I don't know. I don't really talk to him because of the tattoos. I don't talk to people with tattoos. That's stranger danger stuff right there. But the point is that paying a shill to play your game for 3 hours, even if it is Asmongold or Moist Critical or whoever, well, they would have to really, really like the game to continue to keep playing it, and none of those guys keep playing it. They are a business. They are a media company. They are not a gamer like you and me. And this is pattern recognition, okay? Every time there's like a big AAA game, the #1 shill I always see that is just it's a death knell. It's like a bad omen. It's like, if this person plays your game is dying in a hospital bed on life support. And that is Annie Fuchsia? I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's a fake redheaded lady, maybe real redhead, I don't know. But every single game she touches dies in 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 months. She played New World, it died. She played Core Punk, it died. Every single game that woman touches, and I don't watch her streams. I don't know if she's a good gamer or not, or if she's funny or whatever. But it's a pattern. Every single game she plays dies. And so, if you ever see that woman play Albion Online, pack your freaking bags, sell your stock, and find a new home. I don't know. Where do we go, guys? Where do we go? Do we go play RuneScape? Every day I'm like, do I go play RuneScape? Do I start a RuneScape account? Do I go play Roblox? There is nothing left to play. There is no other MMORPGs to get into. And I know some of you are like, play Metin 2, play this old-ass game, play this. And like, no, those are also dead games. They're as dead as Albion, okay? And like, there's nowhere to go, guys. There's nowhere to freaking go. And it's really, really frustrating. And another thing, too, is whenever I see the popularity of Albion spike, the first thing I do, I check all of my competitor video stats. eQuartz views are down, even though a lot of people don't understand this, okay? I want you to go to viewstats.com and type in your favorite YouTubers. And you can use this viewstats.com website. You can type in your favorite YouTuber. I typed in Jack Faya, who is an Albion YouTuber of a language I don't speak, so I don't know if his videos are any good or not. But he's got a lot of subs, 121,000. And here's the important part. You scroll down, and you see how is the YouTube channel doing. He's got 599,000.4 long-form views. This is the only number you should really care about. Shorts views, while they can be impressive, if they're not in the multi-millions, it doesn't matter. Shorts views do not pay the YouTuber at all. These pay literal pennies, though I also get paid pennies because of my channel. But essentially, use this to see if a Albion YouTuber is doing good or not. And I'm going to tell you right now, everyone's views, every single person, Coco and Ecord and me and everyone else that covers Albion, all of their views are down. But the fact that the search counts are 7 times higher than they've ever been is a little unusual, and that would normally reflect of more views on the top Albion YouTubers for one. But because everyone's views are down and Google Trends shows nothing, Steam Charts shows nothing, and all of the inflated views and numbers are from shill companies who purely exist to scam game companies, thinking that they're making a difference, which they're not. I'm going to tell you right now, like, Sweet Baby Incorporated kills games, okay? And while that one forces diversity and, wokeness into the games that they do, under the guise that it's going to make their game popular, these corporate bigwigs, like the people that run Stillfront, do not play games. The people that run Stillfront, they don't care about Albion, they don't play Albion. They aren't gamers. They didn't grow up like you and me. They grew up in strict households, and they went to economic business colleges, and they never had time for games. Their parents were too strict. Their lineage and heritage and family tree were too controlling over them for them to ever play video games. Video games are beneath these businessmen, and so they don't know what they're doing. They just get told, oh, all the other game companies are doing it. All the other game companies pay us, and look at these fake numbers. Number go up equals good, so pay us and we make your number go up. And yes, right now, Stillfront or SBR, whoever, someone out there is paying these shill companies to make search volume count number go up. And, they show, oh, yeah, we got this many impressions in our Twitter post so that more people know about your game, and they will buy your game, and they will play your game, and they will go to the cash shop and buy the gold. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked for anybody. All, the exact same shill companies, the exact same ones, they all did it for other games that have died. And the thing is, the games that truly thrive, they don't thrive because a shill company, put in a bunch of footwork to spam Twitter and YouTube and have a bunch of fake YouTubers be like, today I'm playing Albion Online, man, this game's so good. This is my new favorite game, guys. Click my affiliate link below, right? That is not what grows a game. That is not what keeps a game healthy. That is not what will make a game like Albion succeed, okay? What makes a game succeed is you make a game like Among Us, right? And it's got like 30 people playing it because no one knows about the game. And then suddenly, hey, the game's kind of fun. And then a guy named Markiplier just happens to play it and make a video about it. And then everyone's like, hey, that game looks pretty fun. And Markiplier seemed to enjoy it. And then you have PewDiePie plays it. And then you have literally every Twitch streamer ever playing it because they want to play it, not because they are paid to play it. And instead of spending all this money shilling on these shill companies, they should just spend money to, I don't know, make the game more fun and playable for people. As in the 92% of people that are solo players. Why is it that I can't find a guild with the guild finder? Because it's all Spanish, or in this case, well, that's Swedish, right? But like, these are things that, like, any game that cares about the growth of their game and the happiness of their players would immediately fix. Do you know what the number one complaint on this game is? Radar hackers is number one. Scout bots are number two. Guild hand-holding and guild mass control and dying to people that massively outgear you is number three. Number four is actually yellow zone bullying. A lot of people quit the game because they don't understand that people aren't nice in Albion. So they're a new player, they go out to Lazy Grass Plain and like, yay, Lazy Grass Plain, I'm gonna fame farm. And they go into this circle or this circle and they get beat up and forced to sit there for 3 minutes with a repair bill until they can get back up. And then they go to Reddit. Oh, they go to Reddit. They go to Twitch. They go to Twitch, and they go to Tommy, who's filled with tattoos. All right? And Tommy tells them, go to the Black Zone. Go to the Black Zone. I'm Tommy. I have tattoos. Go to the Black Zone. And what do? They go to the Black Zone, and they're a new player. And they're like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. And then they get killed, and they lose all of their money. They lose all their gear, all their money, and they're broke, and they're dead, and they have nothing, and they are naked, and all they can do now is go collect rocks from the ground. And they're not gonna do that. If you're broke and have no money, and you have no mount, and you have no friends and no gear, the only way to get back on your feet, you pick up the rough stones, and then you sell them, and you buy a mule, and then you pick up more rough stones, and then you buy a tier 4 set. That is the only way to get back on the reins to, you know, pull yourself up by the bootstraps if you are broken friendless, which every single guide that isn't mine tells you to do. And even the game company themselves, like the world record holder for 0 to 100 mastery, yes, it was done in the black zone, of course it was, is held by a game master. Now, I had to do a lot of research on the guy that got the world record, and yeah, he's a channel moderator in the Albion TV Twitch chat. He's also a game master who has access to player logs. Remember that one time that a game master was caught using the logs to snuff out people soloing static so he could gank them and take their stuff? And he was also using the logs to know when zones were mostly empty in the black zone so that he could be #1 on gathering rank. Now, this guy got caught, he got fired, he got banned, so justice was served. But if he did it, think of how many more people are doing it that are game masters or moderators or some form of power that just aren't getting caught. And another thing, too, you can see that, like, a lot of the in-house shills that play this game, they're either so behind on the news, they're so trapped in their little bubble that they don't know what the rest of the player base is doing. They're not interested in what the majority are doing. They're only interested in what their little bubble is doing. And I'm talking about, you know, the Albion TV dudes, you know, Lupac and all of those guys, and all of the fake, you know, Twitch streamers that are actually employees for the company. They all live in a bubble, and they only care about their little peer group, their little friend group. That's it. That's all it is. And like the other day, and I encounter these people all the time. I was in the yellow zone ganking transport hearts, and I got bored and I flagged up for a bit of yellow zone bullying to beat up some people that were doing transports on naked mammoths. Don't transport naked. I'll beat you up in the yellow zone. If I see you, I'm flagging up. But this guy named, and I've seen this guy many times. This guy's name was, hold on. And this player, his name is Bushy O. Bushy Zero, I think. Let's look at the stats. Bushy O. All right, yeah, there he is. Maybe, yeah, I guess this is the guy. It looks like him. But this guy, okay, my first ever encounter or ever hearing of this dude was when Nizori flagged up and attacked me in a yellow zone. And I heard that Coupons guy that we talked about earlier. He was like, oh, Bushy O, my guy, whenever he got downed. These guys are in the yellow zone without 8.4 gear. Why are they in the yellow zone without the best gear possible? Like you can see this guy's stats. He's got the money. He's got the kills, then the fame. Why is he in poopy-doopy garbage gear, right? I don't know. Especially in the yellow zone. Why aren't you in the best possible gear in the yellow zone? Are you, like, new to the game or something? But anyway, the point is that this guy is one of Nizori's butt sniffers. He sniffs the farts, and he's always hanging out with Nizori, right? Sure, whatever, right? Years later after that happened, or a year or two, I don't know how long it's been, but the point is that I'm in the yellow zone ganking, and this Bushio guy runs up, and he starts talking crap. And of course, I'm muted, I can't talk crap back, but he's just hating on me, and yada, 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 and it's like, okay, whatever, I don't really care. It's funny to me that this guy is so upset over how I spend my time in the video game, sure. And, later, I see one of those little yellow texts in the chat, and, it's like, Albion TV is streaming right now. I'm going to click here to join. I'm like, whatever. So I click it, and who do I see in the chat? It's Bushio talking crap about me once again. Like, years later, living rent-free, right? And, but you're talking about, so he's rent-free in your head. No, it's funny to me. It's amusing to me that this guy is getting so upsetty spaghetti over virtual pixels and stuff like that. But the thing is that you have... It's not just the shills anymore. It's the shills fans. It's the shills army of dudes. And it's the same like 8 people on Reddit too. You go to Reddit and you'll have people that make these absolute bogus claims that I'm le Nazi man or le racism dude. No. And you ask them for proof that they just either have a photoshopped image of a fake chat or nothing at all. It's so dumb. and here's the thing, for the health of the game, right? Like the company has to acknowledge its top creators, right? But it doesn't. The only thing it acknowledges is some of the top guild leaders and the top PvPers somehow avoid RMT bans, or they get banned anyway, and then they're allowed to come back, but some people aren't. Case in point, eCourt, banned for RMT because I gotta pay medical bills for my family, dude. Wow, 50 cents for $1 million silver pays medical bills in Ukraine? Man, I should move there. But the thing is is that, certain people get privileges and certain people don't. And so a truth teller like me, someone who tells you how it is with passion and conviction and with soul, we don't get anything, right? Instead, SBI and like I've tried to email and call Stillfront. I don't know what I can do. Maybe I can show up in real life and knock on their front door, next to that Tesla office building they have. But the thing is that they're never going to send a dime my way because I'm already doing it for free, literally for free. And they're not going to pay. They're already, like, why aren't they giving eCourt a bag, okay? eCourt doesn't like me, but it's still, why isn't SBI paying him money to shill the game harder or something? Like, is he also doing it for free? Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe they are giving him a bag and he's like, nah, I'm not getting paid for it. I don't, that's not his voice, but you get the idea, okay? The thing is that, no, they're going to pay any Fuchsia and Asmongold, $30,000 to stream the game for like an hour, and they're going to talk crap about it afterwards and never touch the game again. And then, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I honestly feel like if I just drop the game for like a year, and like here's the thing, right? Instead of sitting here on this game where I get maybe a couple thousand subscribers a month, I could go play AAA games. I can go play the new Doom. I can go play the new Elden Ring coming out in like a week. I don't want to play I don't like Elden Ring. I don't like it. I don't want to play it. But if I did, bro, my subscriber count would be like 10, 20, 30K a month instead of 2K. And my money would be better too. But I'm not a wagey. I don't want to work. I want to play what I want to play. Okay? And I do enjoy my time in the Yellow Zone. And, this is a chill game when I'm sick or tired and I can't sleep. I log into Albion. I go gather things. That's what I do. Whenever I have an anime to watch, the first thing I do before I watch an anime or a movie, I turn on Albion Online. You know what I watched the other day? I watched an anime, and before I even was like, oh yeah, let's get a. I'm not the guy that's like, let's get a bag of popcorn and munch on food while I watch anime. No, I'm the guy that's like, let's get our gathering set on. Let's get our character fed. And let's start gathering, and then I'll turn on the anime, and then I'll gather until I just finish the whole 3 seasons of it, right? And then, I'll get that done in like a day or two, and then I'm 20 million silver richer. And then you have people on Reddit, they're like there was a guy that, like, he praised my guides, right? And I do appreciate posts like that. I wish more people would post stuff like that. But the guy was like, hey, I followed a Soul Benji guide. It was an amazing guide. And, here's where I'm at. He had like 13 million silver, and he's been playing for like a week or something, right? And yeah, he's playing like 8 to 12 hours a day, sure. But people are like, oh my god, I've been playing for months, and that's half my net worth. What the hell? Right? These people were flabbergasted that a new player could, be so far in economically, and their fame was so high in such a short amount of time. It blew their mind, right? But I don't know why I just kind of went off on this rant. But here's the thing, right? The game is in shill mode. You need to be worried. This is a fear video. Be afraid. Be afraid. All right? That's all I got. Thanks for listening. You guys asked for these ramble videos. Okay, you guys asked for it. I provided. All right, I provided. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I don't know a single game that went into shill mode that survived. Dude, look at the chat right now. Like... Oh man, fun time. This is English chat. I can't read this. Hopefully it's not bad stuff. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to get at is I just want to let you guys be in the know, because if, before I was a YouTuber, all this stuff was like swept under the rug. I had no idea that this stuff was even going on and how deep this rabbit hole went. But I just want to let you guys know so that if or when the game dies or the stock price drops or the devs release yet another content update for groups of people that... Like, why? Why for groups? Why for groups, bros? That you just so you understand, it's like they're trying to intentionally kill the game and make it worse. But anyway, that's all I got. This video's already long enough as it is, and I will see y'all later. Click the video on the right side of your screen. If you do, you're gonna go to an arcade, and a bunch of middle-aged women are gonna watch you play a game, and they're gonna cheer real loudly when you do well at it. I know that's a real weird one, but hey, it is what it is. All right, bonus footage. So this is togetproductions.com. You can use the Steam Scout, and we can check Albion Online. Now, this is just Steam data, so it's not entirely accurate, but you can see the different language breakdowns of all the reviews, which is usually indicative of the player base. So we have 29.6% English, 16.8% Russian, that's where eCourt gets his views. Portuguese and Spanish are 11%, so you'll notice that, Albion West is basically all of this chunk right here. This is why you see so many versus English speakers. All the English speakers fled to Europe, by the way. Then we have Chinese, Polish, Turkish, Korean, French, German, traditional Chinese, Spanish, Latin America, Ukrainian, Portuguese. Is there any difference? I don't know. Portuguese, Thai, Czech, Italian, Japanese, Danish, Swedish. You get the idea. You get the freaking idea. But another fun stat is which language enjoys the game the most and which hates it the most. So you can see here that Indonesians at a 92%, Norwegians at 94%, whereas Japanese 61%. Ooh, Japanese do not like the Albion Online. All right, then we have Gamealytic.com, and again, this is Steam stats, but you can see some interesting numbers. 9.3 million downloads on Steam, gross revenue of 49.6 million, 82,000 reviews, 79% average score, 184.6 hours of playtime average. All right, downloads in the past 7 days. This is a fun stat. 20,000 people downloaded Albion in the past week. Not too bad. Players by country, 10% China, 10% United States, 10% Brazil. Others, the original history. Yeah, I'm not going to upgrade to a pro plan. But that's okay because I know someone that did. Anyway, so here's the stats. You can see regional sales history, mostly United States, followed by Canada, China, United Kingdom, and Germany. Others, I guess. Regional revenue. Again, United States bringing in that revenue. They're the pay pigs. They're the whales of the games, right? But yeah, interesting stats. And the reason I bring these websites up is because, remember Split Fiction, how this game blew the hell up on Steam? It was all over Twitter, YouTube, etc. about how good of a game it is. Man, it's the best game ever. It's selling by the millions. Well, check it out. 56% China, okay? 56%. And remember how positively reviewed Split Fiction was? Remember how astounding everyone was? Well, wow, this game is really, really good. All the reviews are really, really hyping this game up. Well, do your research, folks. You can see here, we have the language breakdown. Once again, 52% Chinese, okay? 52% of Chinese, 52% of all the reviews for this game was from China. And it had 98% positive ratings. 98%, okay? And then you have the English ones and so on. It's it's not hard to spot artificially boosted reviews. It's really not. Now, I bring this up because while Albion wasn't astroturfed from the beginning, and astroturfing, this is an example. This is New World, and these were astroturfing Amazon Game Studio bots doing this. You'll see the comments, gotta admit, the game feels good different. And then we have another one. Again, these are all bot accounts. The game feels good different, and game feels good different. So, again, most astroturfing isn't this blatantly obvious and stupid, and this is not people, repeating a meme. These were people trying to shill the game on Reddit of all places, and they do this everywhere. So expect to see this for Albion. That is the whole point of this video, is that they are paying shills overtime to say that Albion Online is definitely good different. So I just want you guys to be aware, from someone who does not get paid by Albion. Why haven't y'all paid me yet? Robin Hinkies, put me on the damn payroll already.